This week we're watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. Welcome to the Grizzled Geek. I'm Mike.
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Doug.
And today on Does It Hold Up, our special 10th episode of Does It Hold Up, we're doing something a little bit different this time. Instead of a standard Does It Hold Up, we're doing a public service, making sure that Kirsten has seen one of the greatest movies of all time. There's no question whether or not Raiders of the Lost Ark holds up. It is a classic, arguably one of the best movies of all time.
Yes.
But Kirsten has not seen it. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right.
I've not seen it.
You've not seen any of the Indiana Jones movies?
I've seen some of them.
Oh, okay.
She's seen like Crystal Skulls.
Oh.
Yeah. When
All
I
right.
was
That one
like
doesn't
really drunk.
Yeah.
Like
All right.
grotesquely drunk.
Well, then it might be enjoyable drunk. Yes.
Yeah.
Grotesquely drunk. Been there. All right. Yeah, it's a shame. She's seen Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls and not Raiders of the Lost Ark. That is a crime against humanity, and one that we're going to correct here today on Does It Hold Up? So, Doug.
Yes.
The greatest movie of all time, or the greatest movie in the past since the invention of film?
Yeah, I mean, this is rightly... Oh, man, that's such a hard subjective term. But I can't think of... Well, see, I would have a hard time determining whether this or Empire is my favorite.
Greatest action movie of all time.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Yeah.
We're
That's
in genre.
fair. That's fair.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely one of the greatest action movie of all time.
And it is hands down top 5 of just movies in general in my book.
Is it Spielberg's best? Ooh.
Yes. Yes, I believe it is.
Better than Jaws.
Yeah.
Better than Schindler's List. A lot more laughs than Schindler's List. That movie didn't have a whole lot.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, Schindler's List is amazing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, this is definitely a more fun movie.
Fun. Fun is...
Yeah.
This movie is fun.
And just the movie, the beats of this movie, it's a perfectly put together movie. It's
nonstop. It is fun from beginning to end. There's not a boring part about this movie.
No, great character development.
Yeah. It is amazing.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. This is Harrison Ford's best work. I mean, I love Han Solo. Don't get me wrong, but no one does Indiana. I mean, Indiana Jones is it, right?
Yeah.
So, Kirsten.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from this?
So I know that I've seen some Indiana Jones films from the past, but I don't remember what they were about. All I remember is...
Were you drunk during all of them?
No, no. Just that one.
Just Crystal Skull, okay.
I know that, I know of the music, the classic song, Indiana Jones song. And I know, of scenes, where he's running away from a big boulder that's clearly not very heavy and bouncing all over the place. Classic,
it's been parodied quite a bit for that scene.
Props.
So
yeah.
But I've not heard anything bad about it, so I'm expecting a decent movie. I'm hoping for a decent movie. I'm hoping not to ruin your guys' lives by hating it or anything like that.
You can't possibly hate this movie and be a decent human being. So, for me, I remember seeing this as a kid at a drive-in with my parents.
Oh.
All
right. So I was little, and how I had a playground at the drive-in back then. Back then, you let your kids wander off while you're at the drive-in, strangers.
Right.
Yeah. And go play at the playground by yourself.
What a nice idea.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But then I remember being terrified because I looked up towards the end of the movie when there's a scene. We'll talk about it later when we come back. That traumatized me as a kid. And then, a year later, when I was a little bit older, I got to see the movie again and realize how great the movie was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the first time. The first time I was out in theaters, I saw it. I saw a few scenes at the drive-in, and one of them traumatized me for almost a year. So
nice.
Yeah, we'll get into that one when we get back. But Yeah, I mean, this is one of the movies that whenever I find someone who hasn't seen this movie, I immediately want to show it to them because they need to see this movie.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest of all time. And like I said, it's not just my list. It's one of the greatest of all time on almost any list out there. If not the greatest, up there, right? It's when you talk about top 10 of movies, it's usually in that discussion.
Right.
It's currently sitting at 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
It's got an 85 Metacritic score and 8.5 on IMDb. So
those are kind
of low. Yeah, I'm like, 94. I understand that. But it came out in 1981. So early 80s, like we were young when this came out.
9 years old.
Right. So, and when it first came out, I didn't realize for some reason, I don't know how, because I didn't realize it was Han Solo.
Oh.
I didn't connect the two until Empire Strikes Back, and I'm like, wait a minute, is he Indiana Jones?
That's funny. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't realize that as a kid. So a little anecdotal thing there. So, our original thought, I got to point this out. The original idea for our 10th show for Does It Hold Up was our favorite, bad movies, right? And then we were going to watch a bad movie. We'll talk about what our favorite bad movies we love that we know are bad.
Yeah.
And then we come to the conclusion that I'm the only one who likes bad movies. So, I'm still going to make these guys watch Cannibal the Musical.
I love Cannibal the Musical. That is not a bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
No,
I love it.
It's great.
I love it, but it's great.
Oh, man. It is slapstick at its best.
Then we started talking about maybe Classic Avenger, and then we're like, okay, if we're going to do Trauma, that's got to be its own little series. Because that's a different category.
She won't like Trauma movies. I guarantee it.
Trauma movie? I don't know. Kind of seems like a trauma person. You might be into Trauma movies.
She has taste.
Stay tuned for that one. All right.
The fat and corrupt hate him.
Kill that bastard for me. You gotta kill him.
Yeah.
All right, we're off to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark and correct an imbalance in the system with Kirsten in the universe. Kirsten not having seen this.
The Force requires balance.
Requires balance. You must see Raiders of the Lost Ark. Okay. And we're going to go watch it right now, and we'll be back to let you know that, yes, in fact, it does hold up. I'm going to throw it out there. That's my
prediction.
My Babe Ruth pointing at the stands. It's going to hold up. All right.
Cool.
We'll be back. Don't get her all riled up. We're going to watch this. Or get her all riled up in the other room.
Get you riled up.
Please don't.
Okay.
We don't want to disrupt filming with Mike throwing stuff at you.
Yeah. Starting.
That would be great.
Starting.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to send. Okay.
That's the Paramount Mountain.
Okay.
Get your phone out of your hand!
Oh, it's Lucasfilms.
All right, we're back. We watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. We did it.
I can't believe that didn't hold up. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa! Oh. Okay.
Jokes. Spoilers.
Let's see.
There was.
We know how we felt about this movie.
Yeah.
We know how we felt about this movie going into this movie. The big question mark is Kirsten. What did you think of Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of the greatest movies of all time?
We're going to build it way up here so you can knock it down here.
What do you think?
No, I'm joking. It was good. It was a little slow, like towards the end. I feel like they were just like trying to figure out a way to wrap it up, and they couldn't figure it out. So they were like, they're on a boat by Nazis, and they get onto an island with Nazis.
What I got out of watching it this last time, and I heard this before, but I was like, no. But watching it this time, they were right. Indiana Jones accomplished pretty much nothing except for getting the Ark back in U.S. hands, which I guess that's good.
Yeah.
But if he never showed up, everything would have worked out the same.
Nah, they would have eventually torn that place apart to the point where they found the Ark.
Right.
It just would have taken them a lot longer.
Right, but I'm saying at the end they would have opened it up early. All the Nazis would have died.
Yeah.
Right.
And it would just be stuck on that island by itself.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
good
Then
enough.
all the Nazis would have been dead. What the heck?
Yes.
Why didn't they just wait until it was in the hands of the Nazis?
Yeah, they should have let Hitler have it and then open it up right there. See?
Yeah.
only thing Indiana Jones accomplished was not killing Hitler early in 1936.
God dang it. It's a horrible movie now.
Screwed it up. Yeah, now that you look at it that way, geez, thanks, Spielberg. Oh, man.
We want some alternate history here.
Yeah. Yes.
funny.
So that face melting scene at the end, when I was a kid, that's the scene I saw
Oh, okay.
on the playground at the drive-in movie theater.
That would be really horrifying as a child.
Oh my God, yes.
Well, you got to remember, back then, all we had was practical effects. So
Yeah.
that was like, what the?
That was super realistic, man. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's what a face looks like melting. I'm like, oh yeah, it was crazy, and like I said,
And it's a PG movie.
it is a PG movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shocks me through the entire time. It's
Well-
like you see blood, you see shots.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he gets shot in the arm and blood sprays on the windshield.
Right.
You know, or like the Nazi gets his face ripped off by a plane propeller.
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't,
don't
show
see it,
that.
but they
You just
spray
see
the blood. Yeah, that would-
blood splatter, yeah.
Yeah, well, blood splatter is actually a big thing nowadays for ratings, right?
Yeah.
So they take the blood splatter out of movies nowadays to get them a lower rating.
Yep.
Well, it shouldn't surprise you then that the next one, Temple of Doom, is what brought about PG-13
Yeah.
in movies.
The next movie,
Because
yeah.
they pushed it even further, and they're all like, "Yeah, I don't know about this." He's like,
crosses
"Hey, I got an
the line,
idea.
I think.
How about this new rating?"
In the second movie, some guy rips somebody's heart out of their chest.
Oh.
Still beating. They're still beating heart out of their chest.
Interesting.
And they show that in the movie, and all of a sudden we get a PG-13 rating after that. So
Yeah.
I don't know why it was
Doesn't
pansies.
make any sense.
Yeah.
But yes, so Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of we're looking at its box office. It's one of the higher grossing movies. 389 million, which I know now sounds like with the Avengers just passing 2 billion. Everyone's like,
That's nothing.
that's
blah,
nothing.
blah,
but back in the day, it would open up on a quarter of the theaters and didn't have the international release that movies today have, right?
Yeah.
So, and it was made for a budget of 18 million.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that is
It
pretty,
is, what'd you say, the number 21?
Number 20 adjusted
highest
for inflation.
Yeah, adjusted for inflation, number 21 on the highest grossing movies
Yeah.
of all
Wow.
time.
Yeah, so
When you think about the fact that probably, 10 to 12 of the highest grossing movies of all time are superhero movies that have only been coming out in the last 10
Yeah.
10
years,
years, yeah.
that's pretty big.
Yes, it is. It's one of those phenomenon movies that happened and was re-released and everything. It's like Titanic back in the day when they kept re-releasing this thing because it was so popular. I don't think they knew it was going to be as popular when it came out.
Yeah.
That was just such a big hit. But Spielberg, this is back when
Well,
Spielberg was on his game. You know?
Yeah, and it's George Lucas is involved in it, and he
Yeah.
was fresh off of Star Wars and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and only a year away from making Empire.
Yeah,
I
Empire
think.
came out the next year.
Yeah, so there was a ton of goodwill there for both of those guys.
Yeah, true.
So-
And Harrison Ford, after,
Oh yeah, and Harrison Ford. Yeah,
can't
big
can't
draw
knock his
at that
contribute.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, and just and watching this movie reminded me how much I love Karen Allen,
Oh yeah.
Marion,
Yep. Yeah.
and that Marion was the only part of the Crystal Skull movie that I actually liked, because having seen this now, you actually see that they don't see each other again until that last movie,
Yeah.
right? Where she reveals he had a son, the whole bit.
Right.
So, you get that whole relationship thing. And that relationship part was the best part of, well, some would say the only good part of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull movie. But she's an awesome character. I liked her in this. What do you think? What was your favorite character outside of Indiana Jones?
Oh, I liked the guy that they got help from at
Sala?
Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
John
him.
Rhys
He's
Davies?
funny.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
He's a great actor.
Yes.
Gimli.
Yeah, he was Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we got to see, I forgot that, Alfred Molina's in it,
Oh yeah, briefly.
Briefly in the beginning, young
Doc
Alfred
Ock
Molina.
himself.
Yeah, Doc Ock is
Yep.
gets the spike trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about this movie because it's just I don't have any real criticism for it. I can see where it drags a little bit, but then
Yeah.
movies back then weren't. I mean, that's kind of how they were. They
Yeah.
were made.
It wasn't like dragging to the point that I lost interest. It was just more of like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready for some fights or something. Something.
Well, yeah, because especially since the movie, for the most part, is very high-paced up to there. You know, there's a few down scenes, like when you think Marion's died and things like that, that kind of slow down, but otherwise... And usually those scenes are pretty funny.
Yeah.
For example, when he's at school...
Right.
You know, and all the girls are just like, oh,
right.
He's it's Dr. Jones.
Chamber in the grave that were found in another in the area is for.
Oh my God.
To date this find as we have. Any questions then? No. Okay, that's it for the day then. Don't forget, Michael's in chapters 4 and 5 for next time. And I will be in my office on Thursday, but not Wednesday.
It's almost all girls in this class.
Bunch of future archaeologists in that, but all women. Yeah, it's pretty good. And you know, look at it, watching after all these years, you hear all the little like mistakes and stuff like that, little bloopers or whatever they're in the film. So like when Belloc eats a fly at the end there.
Oh yeah.
He actually
he doesn't
even stop.
He doesn't even stop. He stays right there. He doesn't.
I thought it flew off.
No, he ate it.
Oh my God!
It crawled right in his mouth.
I saw it happen. I was like, "Is that real?" And then I thought it flew off.
Yeah, no, he ate that fly for the film.
Oh my God!
It kept on going. Didn't even flinch.
That's a professional.
That is a professional actor right there.
Way more professional than any of us.
Oh my God! Nowadays, an actor would be screaming, run to his trailer, have to call his publicist.
Oh my God!
I ate a fly. Well, yeah. No.
How can we spin this?
How can we spin this? Peter's gonna be sending me letters. I ate a fly, but yeah.
Right.
There was a lot of cool things, but yes, it does hold up. We all knew this, but we had the chokers in for our 10th episode of Does It Hold Up? So I don't know. Any last words, guys? I don't know. We're not gonna rate this because it's
well,
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I did want to point out that my expectations versus what we actually saw. The practical effects really weren't as bad as I had in mind. Like I was imagining like styrofoam boulders and whatnot, like really, really bad stuff.
Yeah.
And the acting was awesome.
Yeah.
Story was pretty good. Like, I don't know. It was a lot better than I had expected. Not that I expected.
You had lower expectations for that?
Yeah, just because like older movies, it's not a big deal like it is right now.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, this is what would be. It's a blockbuster older movie, right? I want the low budget fool you because that was big money back then.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, the blockbusters, they actually had decent practical effects.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
really don't know much about money. $8 million's a lot for me in existence, so I don't
Yeah, you're like, I don't even know what that would entail. Like, did this came out? When did the John Carpenter's The Thing come out? That was like the year before this or after?
I don't know.
I think it was 1980. I don't know, but that was like one of the that has practical effects that hold up to this day, right? That are even better than the CGI remake of it. Few times you can say the practical effects were better than the CGI effects of the remake, but The Thing is one of them. So maybe we'll visit that one day. But yeah, it's it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I mean, all the acting top notch. Spielberg at the top of his game in his prime.
Lucas at the
top of his game.
Storytelling prime.
Yep, and then
I forgot Lawrence Kasdan was involved in this.
oh yeah,
so,
they were like
yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it makes total sense.
Yeah, just reading all the people involved in this, you're like, oh, yep, that's the dream team.
Yeah,
the hit makers back in the day. So yes, well there you have it, folks. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Of course, it's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, please go see it, and if you haven't seen it in a while, revisit it because it is worth it.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching us go on about Raiders of the Lost Ark and indulging us in our 10th episode here. We'll be back with regular Does It Hold Up next time.
Probably Dragon Slayer.
Probably Dragon Slayer, because a lot of people are saying it, and Doug doesn't remember seeing it.
Nope, I don't, and I think I can get it from the library, so I think we're all good.
Woo! All right, we'll get it there. All right, guys, so please like, subscribe, tell your friends about us, tell us what you think of Raiders of the Lost Ark, or if it's not Spielberg's greatest movie, what is Spielberg's greatest movie? Let us know down below, and be sure to hit those links down below to support the channel, and we will see you next time. Dragon Slayer. Bye.